Well, today is the first day of October, which starts Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Last year, domestic violence made up about a third of Rockford's violent crime. But as 13 News reporter Mary Sugden found out, police are now responding to even more calls.
It's a crime that typically happens behind closed doors, out of the public eye. But so far, in 2019, Rockford police say officers are encountering more cases of domestic violence.
Still is a high percentage of our violent crime.
Last year, the city said domestic violence accounted for roughly a third of all violent crime. But this year,
we've been pretty consistent, hovering around 40% of our violent crime rate in 2019.
Rockford's Office on Combating Domestic Violence says there's no clear reason for the uptick, saying there's a chance the crime is happening more often or that the office has created an environment where people feel empowered to come forward.
Survivors are in contact with us weekly, and so this is a space that just simply wasn't here 18 months ago.
Rockford police say many times children are in homes where this violence happens, which ultimately has a direct link to the violent crime the city sees.
We know that such a high percentage of our violent juvenile offenders grow up in homes where they either experience or witness domestic violence. So they're kind of desensitized to that violence, and that makes them more likely to become offenders when they grow up. If it's 75% plus of juvenile violent offenders have experienced domestic violence, we anticipate that those same percentages would carry over into adult offenders.
This is why the city of Rockford says there's major work happening behind the scenes focused on prevention and intervening in children's lives before it's too late.
It is much easier to help avoid traumatization of a 7, 8, or 9-year-old child than to restore a beaten, broken, traumatized 18, 19, and 20-year-old adult. And we are building ideas and systems around identifying children in crisis. We anticipate partnerships with the school district who have had an initial very positive response to our suggestion around screening children in trauma.
Breaking a cycle of violence at an early age. For your 13 Weather Authority, Mary Sugden, 13 News.
If you are in a violent relationship and need help, we have the 24-hour domestic violence hotline number for remedies on the screen right there, 815-962-6102. And there's an opportunity for you to help shed light on domestic violence, the problems that it has in our area. This Sunday is the Mayor's March Against Domestic Violence. The march will head to many different places survivors are forced to go to get away from a dangerous relationship. That march starts at Rockford City Hall at noon on Sunday.